Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the midday NFT talk, guys. Definitely been excited for this one. Got a very important person in the background. Let's go ahead and bring this guy in. Very solid guy. What's going on, Cryptobolix? How you feeling today, man?
I'm good, man. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. I've been excited for this talk, so I am more than ready for this to happen, man. NFTs midday, man. Definitely a cool thing.
Let's get it going, man. I love talking about NFTs, man. I see you got the Bull Apes project back there.
Yep. Bulls and apes, and I'm actually gonna let me pull it up on a bigger window. Another window really quick. And so how are you doing today? Let's start there. How are you doing? How is everybody in the chat doing today, guys? How are you guys feeling?
Personally, I'm feeling damn good. I gotta say, man, it's been a great day. It's been a great week, to be honest with you. I had a lot of business meetings this week, locked up and signed a lot of deals and partnerships. So big things are coming. I had a really huge meeting today at 9:30 this morning, Eastern Standard Time. I feel like I knocked it out of the park. So yeah, it's going to be great. I had my fresh haircut for it. So I was like, all right.
ready, man. Yeah, I love it. So, shared the wrong screen. I got the wrong one. Let me do screen 2. All right. So first project that I had up, which I'm going to make a little bit bigger because it's a little small. So, Bulls and Apes project. So the reason that I pulled this one up is because they have a unique format to how they actually did things. So to show you that, I would have to go to the website. So this is the actual website to it. So they got the roadmap, things that you would like to see as far as a project. But one thing that is different about it that I've noticed, they have a money back guarantee for 6 months. So if this project transitions, let's just say the floor price goes to a price that you're not interested in, or you don't want to dabble in that lane anymore, you can get a full money back guarantee for 6 months, in which that refunds the actual ETH that you bought for that project. So that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen any other projects doing anything similar to that just yet, as far as a money back plan to kind of like make people feel confident in what they're buying. Because if you can get your money back for a 6-month period, that's a long time, especially in crypto and NFT world.
You know I'd love to see how that works too. Who's backing it, and who's buying it back. That's pretty cool, man.
It's actually in their contract. So they had it.
I'm trying to read it. Yeah.
Had it written into their contract that they got the 6 month money back guarantee, and there are a couple other things that pretty much incentivize holding, but I don't think the floor will be anything close to where somebody will be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna turn this back in. So I think it's just good marketing, and it makes people feel confident with the project more or less. Then as we go to the actual tokenomics of it, the tokenomics kind of threw me through a loop. I wasn't ready for it to be a project within a project, more or less. So pretty much you can see here, the bull, time, and wallet ends up being methane tokens. So those methane tokens, you can take those, put 2 bulls and make an incubator. Take the incubator, take the methane tokens, and it turns it into an additional wolf, which would be a teen wolf, which you retain the other one also. So you're gaining an NFT. Then you can take the teen wolf, the methane tokens, and an orb, and it ends up making a god bull, which I feel like just because of what it's going to take to get to this marker, this is going to be quite expensive once people begin to obtain these.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
I think it's a cool roadmap, and then tokenomics. I think it's good. I think I'd like to see what is behind the methane token, what's going to drive that, and what's the tokenomics of the actual token. And then I'd like to see cost, right? I want to see how much it is. But this in the side of NFTs is something very, very cool. I like this. They're really running with a different type. So you actually have to invest quite a bit of money to get a God Bull, which essentially will be more rare because it'll take more people with more money to be able to do this.
Yeah.
So it's going to drive the floor price up of it over time because people aren't going to want to purchase just a teen bull, or they don't want to start at the beginning, right? They're going to just want to buy it already
Right.
finished.
Exactly.
And that's the mechanism in there that drives the floor price of an NFT up. So
Yep.
it's pretty cool.
See, but the thing that was the killer behind it. So you know how most people, they only want the exclusive bulls, right? They want the gold one, they want the one with the exclusive very rare traits. But they put something in there to pretty much, there is a shape shifting bull, and they put it in the lower ranked bulls. So basically it's going to be a one of one, and it's only it's exclusive to the bulls and apes, and it's only going to be one of them, period. So but they're going to be in one of the lower ranked ones. So pretty much you have to pretty much get the lower ranked ones to try to attempt to get that shape shifting one of one. So it makes their lower ones rare, and it makes the higher ones rare, you know what I mean? So it kind of, I don't know, I thought it was just an interesting concept.
No, it is. I'm looking at it. Bull plus time and wallet equals methane tokens. 2 bulls plus methane tokens each incubator. Incubator plus methane tokens each teen bull. And then teen bull plus methane tokens each merger orb. And then 4 teen bulls plus the merger orb. And then methane tokens each god bull. So I'd like to see the rarities on those god bulls to see if, because that seems like it's expensive, right? Wouldn't you?
Right.
How much are they going to sell for?
Well, so the pre-sale price is 0.17. That's the pre-sale price.
For one bull, right?
Yes.
So 1 bull. So we're looking at 0.34 for 2 bulls. Then you have to hold it.
Yep. 30-day period once the tokens. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you get your methane, and then you have those 2, and you take it with the methane. You an incubator. The incubator equals an incubator. Is there the incubator a time frame? Because that's what it sounds like. It's incubating, right? So it takes more time, or you just
possibly a little bit more. Yeah. So I think the process behind it is, let me go back to the tokenomics screen. So the tokens for 30 days are locked. So you start getting tokens day 1, but you cannot access those tokens until day 31. So you have to wait the full 30 days to get the tokens. So that kind of incentivizes people to hold for a decent amount of time. So I like that portion of it, because I feel like people are not going to want to, between day 1 and day 30, they're not going to want to sell those. If they do, they're going to sell it for a higher floor price. Why? Because there's tokens attached to it that will help you get to the next step. So I think that's a big thing of it right there.
And so is there any data? So right now it's on the pre-sale. Is there any data right now on like how much tokens will be accrued?
So far they said for bulls, you get 300 tokens a month per bull that you have. Teen bulls and the God bull receive a larger amount of tokens.
Okay. Interesting how they did it.
Yeah. I'm still, as we're going, digging, and they have another Twitter space, I think, on the 16th also, to kind of divulge some more of the information that they were still working on some numbers, but the rest of the plan was already, like, all of this tokenomics, the roadmap and everything was already put together and pre-funded for the next mint also.
That's awesome. It's very cool.
That was a killer to me, really, though. I liked just how it was formatted, pretty much. So that kind of brings me
really good format. It has a good format. It's different, right? It's different. And everybody likes different inside of here. So there's some innovation I see, because I'm still browsing it right now. Obviously, I need more digging on this. I'll probably pick some up, to be honest with you.
Dude, it's an amazing project.
But I'll put through the price points to see where I'd be at God Bull point.
That's what I'm trying to figure out also, because I want to see how beneficial it is. But the thing that I saw that might be a plan for me is there's only 500 of the orbs. These orbs that you need, that you make with the Team Bulls. So if there's only 500 in total, that means that there's not going to be that many circulating around. So if my goal is to make orbs, you can't make the God Bull without the orb. So if I kind of try to corner
500 orbs.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
if you can kind of corner that market, you might be able to, you know what I mean? Kind
You
of.
got to be sitting with a fat stack of Ethereum in your pocket to make sure you have enough to get to that God bull point, is what I'm thinking about. But you have to get in on pre-sale, obviously. You got to, because you got to be one of the first to buy it, because then you get more time and duration in the wallet, because you have to, accrue it all, right?
Well,
So you have to
no,
have the time.
it starts from mint. So pretty much, even if you sell your bull, those 30 days worth of tokens will still be attached if you did not access them before the 30 days.
So what I'm thinking, time and wallet is what I see, right? After
Mm.
31 days. So if you mint on pre-sale and they don't sell out and I buy 5 days later, I'm 5 days behind you. So now
Possibly, if you look at it like, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I'm looking at it as a trade strategy, right? I'm building a trade strategy for this. So if I'm
Mm.
5 days behind you, that means that you have an opportunity and other people have an opportunity to get these 500 God Bulls before I do, because I'm 5 days late. So it would behoove me to buy it on pre-sale
Yeah, it
uh,
would.
right away, and then I'll immediately calculate it and then wait for the time difference. So whatever time I minted at, if it's in the contract, it's going to be at that same time the other day. So I mean, yeah, I'm building like a whole trade strategy in my head for this. Um, it seems cool. I definitely want to do some digging on it, before I throw like a bunch of ETH at it. But it
Oh yeah,
looks,
oh
I mean,
yeah,
the art looks awesome.
yeah. I'm definitely a fan of the art and like I said, the backing behind it. Like they are really well structured. They've already ran multi-million dollar businesses and it's gone quite well for them. So they're just
Which
trying to
one?
bring that type of energy. They actually had an entire I would have to go through the Discord, but I've actually been pretty sketchy on going on Discord on my computer. So I
Yeah,
kind of
don't
keep it
do
on
that.
certain devices. Discord is somebody else's Discord just recently got hacked and a bunch of people lost their NFTs and a lot of different things because what they're doing now is they're hacking the discords and then putting that they have free mints for these exclusive NFTs and people are kind of falling into it thinking that they're going to get the next best thing. Really, it's just somebody trying to collect the information from your wallet and steal things out of it. So
Nothing is free.
yeah,
Nothing is free.
I'm telling you. But what can you so now this one Cloud9 NFT, I need some more info on these because this is another I feel like good formatted, good utility business formatted kind of NFT that I would like to get into. So what's going on with these?
Well, I'll tell you how I started. And then we'll start with the backstory. Back in December, well, back in 2014, I got into crypto. And then I made some investments that were exclusively pretty much on Twitter. So I made a Twitter. I saw that there was a lack or niche inside of the cryptocurrency world, inside of the altcoins. So I saw the niche, and what I decided to do, I said, okay, well, what's the first order of business? Well, you have to generate an influence, right? You have to generate your influence. What am I good at? Well, I'm good at trading, so that's going to be my influence. So I created my audience, and then at that point, after creating my audience, I said, okay, well, what's the next step? You have to collect data. So I created the show called The Sec. The Sec is business related questions to all the projects in here. So now I have my mechanism of gathering data. So now I brought all these tokens on, successful tokens that I'm gathering data from, where their strengths are, where their weaknesses are. And then I compiled that data onto this book right here, actually, which I won't show you. But yeah, there's quite a bit of data here that pretty much sums up where I needed to capitalize on, right? So the biggest issue I noticed in tokens when they're launching is the whale manipulation and pre-sale. Obviously, pre-sale is pretty much in most tokens these days.
Yeah.
So they offer pre-sales and then people get in and they pump and they dump, right?
Right.
And then they're done because it's like PTSD. It's pretty much dead. So my mitigation for that was I told no one about the token. I didn't say it to anybody. I told no one about it. I said, I'm creating NFTs. If you support me and you want to get on the pre-list, well, actually I called it a whitelist, but I changed it because I think that's super racist. So I call it a pre-list from now on. So if you got on the pre-list, you'd be able to purchase these. And I told them that just trust me, have some faith. I'm going to, give you the opportunity, for financial freedom.
Right.
And they said, okay, we will, Bollocks. We trust you. I'm like, after the whitelist or the pre-list closes, after it closes, I'll release what it is. So I still told no one at this time. They all thought they were buying NFTs. So after 500 plus people, or around 500 people joined the pre-list, I closed it. At that time, I hosted a space inside Telegram, and I told everybody that it's actually for a private sale for the token I'm releasing. The token I'm releasing has some serious real world utility behind it, which has never been done inside of crypto. It's money generating revenue. It's a money generating utility that actually generates revenue in real world use cases. So the revenue will be used for buyback and burns inside of the project. I've also calculated the supply, so it's only 1 trillion tokens. I did that because most of the altcoins and meme coins out there use too big of a supply. I have direct connections with 2 individuals, one at crypto.com and one at Binance, and they both told me they do not like large supplies. It's too hard to handle and mitigate all of the different things inside the contract. Also, they don't like taxes. So the contract I have been developed won't be renounced. It won't be renounced until we reach the point of listing on Binance and crypto.com, because then at that point, I know I've made it, because my project will be a centralized token. It's not meant to be DeFi. It'll start DeFi. It'll incubate in DeFi with smaller taxes than other projects to allow it to grow. I'll also have the NFT purchases, the money generated from that will actually be set aside for buyback and burns, a portion of it at least. Probably about 50% of what I'm generating in revenue will be set aside for buyback and burn at launch. All tokens in private sale and pre-sale will be vested 10% over X period of time to ensure a healthy growth of the chart. And then also when we do the pre-sale and private sale, a large chunk of that will not go to me. It will actually go to another wallet that'll be meant for buyback and burns. I will not be burning the supply right out of the gate because it's a waste of time. It does nothing. It's just a marketing ploy. Buybacks on the open market are what generate an increase in chart over time. Now, by doing a buyback and burning, it creates stability and therefore more liquidity inside of the project. Now, with that being said, now we have the utility behind it, driving revenue back into the project for buyback and burns, which is driving the price up of the chart without adding any other investors. But there'll be investors because the price action will constantly be growing. And that's the general overview. There's a lot more to it, but that's the general overview of the project.
So if I could just jump in. So pretty much you gave people an opportunity wrapped with another opportunity, more or less. You know what I mean? Just with the ambition of if you're willing to support me, I'm willing to help support you guys as far as your mission, as far as financial freedom.
Yes.
That's how that pretty much wound up. That's a hell of a story to wrap up and kind of, you know what I mean? Kind of throw it out there how you started.
Yeah, I figured I'd give it all so you had all the data and then you could pick it apart and, do what you want with it.
That's crazy. Yeah, no. I like that. And then you said 10% of the private sale is going to be vested. And for what period of time did you say?
So it's going to be vested over a period of time. So it'll be 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%. It'll actually be probably a community vote after the NFTs sell out and we do the private sale. We'll probably talk to the community. Obviously, I have the ruling on it, but I want to make sure that it's stable. Whether it's 10% every 2 days until the supply is fully given. I want to go with what the chart looks like, right? So most charts, when they pump, you give it a day or two after and they've reached their consolidation point. So is that another, do we wait like 3 days and drop another 10% or 20% of whatever it is over time and, allow the chart to grow? Because if you give all the pre-salers the money out the gate, it's not going to do anything. It's going to die.
Yeah. Yeah, it goes down and then it consolidates at a really low point.
Yeah, there's no point. It doesn't make any sense. For me, also, just so you know, you can only mint 3 Cloud9 NFTs. The Rambo Cloud, you can only mint 3. They're tiered. So minting 1 is the standard tier, minting 2 is the premium tier, and minting 3 is the elite tier. All tiers go in conjunction with a 10-token ecosystem, which you'll be getting airdrops of all of the new tokens coming out. And each token will be stakeable for the next token. And then also the utility behind those tokens, the revenue generated will go to buyback and burns for the second token, then the first token, and then the third token for the second token, and then the fourth token for the third token, and so on and so forth. They all support each other in the same ecosystem. It's like an infinity symbol, right? So it all feeds back to one, and they all have a similar revenue generating utility. And as the system grows over, a couple months per launch, it's going to be really cool to see how it unfolds. I'm thinking a multi-billion-dollar market cap, possibly within the next 12 months, at least $1 billion within the next 6.
Okay. So with that being said, so you said pretty much you said it was 10 tokens that will be supporting each other, but they kind of one kind of buy back and kind of burns on the other one, and then kind of consistently goes like that. So why did you stop at 10, and what got you to the number of 10?
It's basically an even number, right? So it's an even number inside the ecosystem. One supports the other. So once you reach the 10th one, the 10th will support 9 and support 1. And then that 10th one will have a something else I can't disclose at this time in the center of the infinity ring, or in the infinity. And that will be something very special. So that it'll feed into a pool of something I can't name. And that's it. I don't want my idea taken. So
No, I get you. I get you. This is an interesting. I didn't know that it was going to be. I know it was going to be interesting, but not this damn interesting. So I'm intrigued actually on this one. So all I see is the pineapple. I love the pineapple game.
So just so everybody knows, when you see pineapple in the chat, it means I'm saying too much and I need to stop. These are administrators or executive administrators inside of my Telegram chat and on the business side of things that are telling me to shut up because I'm talking way too much. Literally, if you see pineapples, this means Bollix needs to shut up.
Oh my god! It's like, hey, Bollix, pineapple. I love it.
I told him, like, you got to keep me quiet because if I give up too much, somebody's going to come out tomorrow with a cat milk Inu and they're gonna try to take my stuff, you know. Pineapple overridden.
Oh my god. Okay, that's perfect. So you might have hit a jewel and we just stopped. So it might be on the subject, but you might not get all the information out of it. So you can think deep about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But what was I gonna say? I'm getting a little feedback. Do you hear an echo?
No, I've got nothing. You sound delightful.
That's crazy. I don't know why it's echoing on mine. Let me see if it's mine. Nah, it's not that. All right. Maybe do you guys hear an echo in the chat? Is it just me? Let me see. Nope. I thought I was going. It's okay. If I just hear it, I'm fine with it. I just wanted to make sure everybody else didn't hear me twice. I'm sure they don't want to hear me twice.
I don't know. You got a nice voice, man. I'll sit here and listen to you all the day.
All right, no echo.
So
all right, cool. Good. Let's get it. All right, so like I said, this is incredible to me. First of all, the opportunity that you gave people, and it was the people that were following you. So it might not have been the biggest whales in the world, and you're actually trying to avoid whales at the beginning because you don't want them to manipulate the market, which is amazing. Also, giving the smaller investors a time to get into a project for once that's actually got a good floor mat, good utilities, somebody running it that's smart and business oriented. You know what I mean? So it's just there's so many good things behind it.
I appreciate that, man. The biggest thing for me is I saw that the people in the community, they never had a chance. You know, I always hear like the 1%, we want to take the 1% away from the world. Well, guess what? The 1% inside of crypto is what's wrong with it. All of the whales, they pump and dump projects to shut them down. I watch it happen to good projects all the time. Yeah. I mean, literally, I watch good projects get pumped and dumped by the same wallets over and over again. The only thing that I noticed in common about these whales is they hold no NFTs that they purchased, only ones that were airdropped to them. And that was the biggest thing I saw. So I said, okay, let me start it as an NFT collection to ward them all off. We don't have a launch date because you have to wait until the pre-sale is over. Not the pre-sale, the sale of the NFTs are over. It will be probably sometime in May, but I can't give a date because I won't miss a date. We are on pace for the projected date I have in my head, which is around mid-April, mid-May. But I don't want to give any dates yet because I want to make sure everything's streamlined. The utility's done, completed, and functioning. The last thing we're working on is the website and logo. In business, you start with the business structure first. And at the end, once you've completed the entire the business wireframe and you set up your 5-year financial forecast, that's when you create your website and logo. And that's what I'm working on now. Everything else is complete. The contract's complete. NFTs are complete. Mint page is complete. So it's all good. We just want to make sure that we're ready to go, and then we'll get the date.
Okay, so pretty much, when are the NFTs minting up?
Tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Tomorrow.
tomorrow
So
at
there's that
11
pre.
a.m.
That's for the people who got in early, right? Correct.
Yes. If it doesn't sell out, we will go with a public sale. But I have a feeling with how many people are on it and just a poll I took the other day, it's going to be damn close to selling out.
How many people do you have currently that have already signed up?
Almost 500.
And you can get three per wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the possibilities are that this is probably because if you already have the spot, I don't know why not take advantage of it. You know what I mean? Because it's almost like they're gonna be fighting with each other. Because if you wait too long to get that third one, like nah, let's get one now and I'll see how it mints, and then it flies past that. Man,
It's going to be awesome, man. I even if it doesn't sell out, it doesn't matter because we'll be offering. I have another mechanism in place after the fact to also mitigate whales, um, which will be like a function inside of the smart contract to not allow large dumps, especially right out the gate. That's the last thing I want. I want to give the opportunity to the community. After they get theirs, then the whales can come in. But at least, because you can't stop them, right? You can never stop them from buying.
mm-hmm.
So they can come in after the community gets theirs. They can eat after us because we need the opportunity. Jason needs the opportunity. Steve Chapman does. Space Xerox. Jason C. Linda Alves. They all, Bandar, Just a Guy. They all need the opportunity before the whales enter. And I'm going to
I
give it to
agree.
them.
I agree. I support tokens that are for the smaller investors because a lot of the tokens are kind of they're structured for whales to come in and for whales to flourish. But it's like what happens to the smaller investors that kind of still try to play with the big boys but kind of get stepped on throughout that process. Where do they get a place to fit in at? So I like situations like this and being able to give back to the community because this is another form of giving back because this is a good way to get financial freedom as long as everything goes as planned. This sounds like a well-structured situation.
Yeah, I mapped it out. I mean, this is a long-term project. I have a 5-year financial plan for it. Obviously, that's the key to my success. So I'm not going to release that to anybody because somebody's going to immediately take that.
Of
But
course.
yeah, anytime I've ever created a business, the first thing you need to do for lending is create the 5-year financial forecast. You need to create 6-month plan, 12-month plan, 3-year plan, and a 5-year plan, which I have all in the business side structure of things. And then I'm taking, I can't say that. Never mind.
I was like, wait a minute, is there going to be another pineapple brigade?
Yeah,
in this,
there's already
and there it
pineapples
is.
in the chat. I can't talk anymore about it. It will. So people are like, oh, I hope this work out. Hope isn't in my vocabulary. I'll fail until I succeed. So there will be
I like
no
that.
failing. I don't give up. It's nothing I've ever done. Everything I've ever built has been successful. I've never failed. The only time I ever failed was when I got into a really bad accident and I was put in a wheelchair. I lost 3 of my 4 businesses at the time.
Yep.
So it is what it is. But I mean, I couldn't walk or read so for like 6 months. So obviously I was going to lose it.
Hey, trust me, I told you we were in a similar situation. I told you I had an accident and I was out of commission for pretty much about half a year. So I couldn't walk or do anything that I used to. And I was a man who used to work with my hands, carpentry, automotive work. I did a lot of independent contractor work, so I couldn't do any of that. So yeah, so I definitely understand that, man.
It's tough because you definitely at that point in your life that's your rock bottom, man. Because I was really successful. Like I was kind of an asshole, but I was really successful, and then I got hurt, and it took it. I mean, I wrecked me. I mean, it wrecked me. I lost so much. I lost all my money. I lost everything. Right. I lost all my investments. Had to sell out all my cryptos.
Me too.
It sucked because I had to sell out my cryptos before the ones I was invested with took off.
Oh my God,
buddy, I've already calculated how rich I'd be, and it'd be insane. Like blow your freaking mind rich. And I already had a lot of money beforehand, but I built that from everything I've worked for over time. Poverty builds leaders and they build empires when you're stuck like that, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, that's where I'm at. I won't fail. This is going to succeed. I already have it set up. I got the numbers. I don't give up. And then when everything hits phase 1, we're going to be adding a COO, a CFO, and a CMO, all with resumes to boot. I'm not going to trust their word. I'm going to verify all their data. They're not going to be anybody from the crypto space or anybody like that at all. There's a strict, vetting process. I already do have some colleagues in mind that are a part of a Rotary Club that's local to me that they've run, multi-million-dollar companies, and more than likely I'm thinking about bringing them on for a reasonable pay. Unlike crypto, which everything's super unreasonable in crypto, as you already know. I mean,
Yeah.
it's freaking nuts in here.
Yeah, it's rough.
So yeah, it's going to be great. Office building. We will have our own office building. We'll have a space. We'll have employees. We'll have chats and a phone center to call. I mean, it's going to be a bit. It's going to
Also,
be
you're
a
gonna
bit.
have a support system for the token and NFT also.
Yeah, there's going to be a full support system. You'll be able to call between this time and this time for support if needed. Obviously, we'll try to mitigate as much spam as possible, but that's going to be to each his own, right?
You're right. Yeah,
You're
you're
not going
gonna
to be
get
able to
some.
filter it all out, but
Yeah.
there are mechanisms in place, because even my current company gets spammed all the time with voice stuff. So there's actually voice programming you can get to actually mitigate all the bots and robocalls and things like that. So that'll be in place as well. I want to give somebody a safe space that if they're feeling, upset or sad or feeling any type of FUD, like they can call and get the answers to their questions, right? That's what's missing. They're going to have a chat, a live chat on the website, and I'm going to have representatives when we reach that point to answer questions to the best of their knowledge, obviously, and some things I'll be able to answer.
Right.
And then the other flip side of things is there's going to be a physical location, right? A physical entity, a business structure, paychecks, payroll, taxes, workman's comp. I mean, this is going to be a fully run business, not just a crypto entity. It will generate money. And by money, I mean money. It's going to be awesome.
That's good. And it's not coming out until the completely mints out. But like you said, with the small supply and the fact that, like I said, you're really goal oriented, I don't see the supply lasting too long, because most people are not trying to miss opportunities, especially in a market like this right now. And especially if you can get on it before it starts to improve and money starts to come back into Bitcoin, Ethereum. And as you know, that's going to start to spill all around the market. So this is just a good opportunity altogether, I feel like. And I think this is going to mint out fast. So if it mints out faster than expected, are you still going to stick to that guideline because you still have a couple things to do, or will it come out a little bit earlier, since you said it'll launch once you mint out, or how are you going to handle that?
So if it mints out, by Friday or Saturday, right? I will immediately start the pre-sale probably on Monday, right? Or the private sale. I apologize. I'll run the private sale for about a week, because I've talked to the community and they're all waiting on paychecks and different things like that. I need to give them time to be able to purchase on private sale. So I will talk to the community. I want to make sure everybody gets a chance to at least get a paycheck in, because I informed them that I don't want them to sell their current investments. A lot of my reputation is built on other projects like Mandoc, Saitama, and things like that. I do not want them selling their bags to get into this project. So I'm going to give them adequate amount of time to load up as much as they can from fiat to be able to purchase Ethereum, to be able to purchase the actual project. And
you do realize that's unheard of, right?
Yeah, everybody's stealing from everybody. We can all grow together. Literally, #let's grow. That's what I've started. And I mean that. Wait until you see what I do with the utility. I'm going to be funding 4 other projects that aren't even mine, because I believe in them and what they're doing. And they're all going to get 2.5% of the revenue generated from the project into their projects, because I believe in those projects. I actually have multiple developers. So obviously I work with a lot of developers, and I obviously purchase, what I preach. I don't sit, I'm a purchaser and I hold, right? I don't sell. Because the reason why I purchased was to have leverage. So now that these developers are investing in my project, they're going to hold. So now they're going to hold a good percent of the supply, because they have, whatever Ethereum they're going to have on the private sale to purchase. But the kicker is I hold a whole bunch of their supply. So no one's going to manipulate each other. We're going to work and grow together. This creates stability inside of the ecosystem, not just in my tokens, but other tokens from the outside in. We're going to create our own, and this is what I'm trying to do, our own stock exchange inside of crypto. And not a stock exchange like you think, but where everybody can work together, right? We can all grow together and grow that market cap, because I'm tired of people fighting with each other. I'm tired of people stealing from each other and feeling the need to attack each other. What if we just all grew together? What if we all could make money together? What if I gave you the strategy, the plan to do it, and it worked? Would you do it?
Yeah. I mean, like, Man, I don't know. It's just like I said, it's unheard of because like one, usually there will be a deadline and people will be like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? Like I have to make this deadline. I'm gonna have to sell this or I'm gonna have to not do this to make it so that this fits in my schedule because I know this is a good opportunity and you're making it so you know what I mean? Like they
I just
don't
want to give
have
people,
to do that.
yeah, I
That's
want to give
nice.
people time. I'm not in a rush. I have money. I'm good. You know, and people forget projects make money. So when people create cryptocurrency, like I just put $85,000 into this to secure a couple of partnerships. 85,000. I cashed it out, put in Ethereum, had to pay tax as well. And then the mint price was supposed to be $500 USD. So I put it at 0.14, but Ethereum has gone down since then. So it looks like we're only going to make about 400,000, which means I have to put another $100,000 out of my own pocket to make sure the actual financial plan and accordance and strategy I have can be put into place because that's what it takes. So it's really going to be about $185,000 out of my own pocket to make it grow. Obviously, I'm not throwing away money. It's going to make money, so that'll come back to me because I know what I'm investing into. I know what I'm doing, right? And so yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, anybody who has not heard of this definitely needs to look into it further. What would be the best place to find information if I'm trying to find more info on this?
Telegram is the best place. We're building a community inside of there. It's all organic. It's all done without any outside marketing, which is what you hire people for. They come in your Telegram and they give you 10,000 Telegram members, and none of them are active. They're all bots. So we don't do that. We're all
Mhm.
organic. All my community members, they're all organic. My engagement is organic. Everything is organic. So everything will be grown the same way, all organic. So with that being said, Telegram is the community. Join it, be a part of the community, and stay tuned. There'll be opportunities in the future for other NFTs for the next projects to get those airdrops and opportunities for the next one. And what the really cool thing is once these, yeah, big opportunities for small crypto investors. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. And a lot of people put me in, coach. I need a win.
I saw that one out loud, John. What's going on, John?
I'll say this. Some of the people in the community had reached out to me, and I wasn't going to release any of the data because, beforehand, people obviously need Ethereum. Some of the people were in really tough situations. So I actually, some of the people got hacked. They lost all their wallets. So I actually sent them some Ethereum, more than 10 people, ETH to purchase. That's because I want to make sure they have the opportunity. And with that loss of asset, you're not going to have that opportunity. I currently have no more Ethereum to give away. I just want to make sure that's noted. I get a lot of messages about this. I'm tapped out now. I have to save the rest for the potential use that I may need to use it for. But we are doing large giveaways. $10,000 in Ethereum after we mint. We're going to give that away, and other big giveaways as well.
Is that to people who mint it, or how are you giving it away?
People to mint it.
Okay,
Whoever
so
mints it.
whoever mint. Oh, so it's a special NFT or something that you mint, or how do you win it? 10K?
You're just on the smart contract. So it's a smart contract. So if you purchased and hold a Cloud9 NFT, you'll be entered in for a $10,000 Ethereum giveaway. $10,000 in Ethereum, not 10,000 Ethereum.
Oh, I was like, 10,000 Ethereum.
I'm going to get 30 wallets and buy 3.
Oh,
if I had 10,000 Ethereum, I'd just give people money. I mean, I already give people money and I don't have 10,000 Ethereum, but.
Is there a duration that you have to hold to be entered into it?
No, I don't care what you do. It's your trade. I'm not going to lock anybody in place. I'm not going to do anything like that at all for people. Right?
I'm saying for the 10K. You say you have to hold it for a certain. Is it a certain amount of time you have to hold it? Then you guys are doing the raffle, like maybe like a week, 30 days, and then
if it sells out, I'll do it the next day.
Oh, that's crazy as shit. Okay.
Yeah, I don't care. If they sell it, it's their loss because they're getting airdrops on the token when it comes out. It makes no sense to sell it. And if they do sell it, they can sell it for whatever amount they want, but they'll be valuable because they're actually the key to all other 10 tokens and all other airdrops out of the 10 tokens.
So pretty much you'll be able to see your collection on OpenSea, but I don't think anybody be selling them. So it'll just be a whole bunch of offers all over the page, but you don't no sales.
It's going to drive the floor price up, and that's why I use this mechanism.
Yeah, no, that's smart
And
though.
people gave me shit about the design. They're like, "Oh, this isn't a good design." Well, there's a backstory. Rambo, Sylvester Stallone looks like my dad, right? My dad that died when I was 9. And realistically, growing up, I would watch like Rambo and different like things with Sylvester Stallone in it, and it made like I built a bond with that person because I didn't have a dad at the time. So
Mm.
I was building that that relationship. And then of course I have a stepfather. He's like the most amazing man in my life. He's incredible. But knowing my dad, it was like, Sylvester Stallone. So that's why Rambo. And then the clouds vomiting is actually something my daughter draws. So it's a piece
That's
of me.
awesome.
You're owning a piece of my memories, my piece of my life, something that it has meaning behind it. This is a piece of me you're purchasing. And I know it sounds crazy, but this is my life. This is my struggle. I mean, there's going to be a book released, the shit I went through. And I'm talking like, dude, I've gone through some serious, like, things you see in movies is what I've gone through in my life. And there's going to be a book, and I'm going to personally fund a movie. I'm going to try to hire somebody who's the guy they keep on saying I look like? God, Lionel Messi. Because everybody says I look like Lionel Messi. I'm going to see if he'll act for me and be in the movie.
Hey, that would be dope though.
Because
I
I want
gotta
to
see it.
build a whole thing around it, right? It sounds crazy and kind of like lavish, but if you do that, it drives the price of the NFTs up.
It gives a meaning.
Right.
It gives you a storyline behind it, and not a storyline that was created, a storyline that was real, something that somebody actually lived through, and they're trying to give you a piece of that. That's see, that makes it more interesting.
It
So are
does.
these so is it a bunch of NFTs like this, or do they look different but similar structure? So how exactly
So
does
it's a
the NFT?
generative collection. They'll all have different attributes, different tank tops and pants, and all that different backgrounds. And there's going to be one NFT. It's one ultra rare, and that's the key to financial freedom. They will not have to purchase anything. They will not have to do anything. They will get airdrops from all 10 tokens, and they'll be set.
Okay, that's cool.
Yep.
That's cool.
For one person, it's only one ultra rare, and that person gets those. So
Yeah.
every single time a token comes out or a new token that I release comes out, they'll get airdrop that token. They will not have to purchase any money. I mean, they won't have to purchase any Ethereum to purchase it at any point in time.
That is a hell of a interesting NFT to mint. You know what I mean? Like that never gets sold right there because that's beyond passive income. That's passive income that creates passive income that creates. Yeah, that's a steal right there. So
And it's stakeable. You'll be able to stake one token
oh,
for
you
another.
can. Wow. So do you still get the airdrops while it's staked?
Uh-huh. Dude, I'm telling you.
It's almost that becomes a no brainer.
I know. And that's why it was like, and that I can only do one because in my financial plan that it equated for one. Two was taxing the budget too hard. So one was enough. And then obviously we hopes that the person decides to stake, or we'll give them incentive to hold because we don't want them to dump on the project, obviously. So there will be a duration of time where they won't receive the tokens right away because it's going to be a large amount. Or we'll airdrop them over a course of time, so they don't just dump on the project.
So pretty much you get that NFT and you just changed your life pretty much.
Yeah,
Like
forever.
that NFT just changed your life. That's a lottery ticket in a sense.
Yes.
Okay, and you're giving away 10. Okay, so you're giving away. I'm just trying to wrap my mind around. Excuse me that I'm a little bit baffled behind all of the information that I've been handed. So you're giving away 10K once you guys mint out. One person will be getting airdropped very valuable tokens and not have to pay for or do anything for those tokens at all.
Correct.
Period. There'll be different rarities to these NFTs. So if you want to be risky and sell, you have an option to do that. So you're not held, but it behooves you, if you will, to hold that NFT rather than sell it. Like, is there anything that I need to anything else that I need to know about this project as far as, like, we already know, go to Telegram if you want any more information. You guys are growing organically. No website as of right this second, or Discord, Telegram, anything like that. Well, no, you already got Telegram, so no website or anything like that.
Not yet. No, the website, it's in production. The website will be the official page of the token, and there'll be a sub page on there for the NFTs and the roadmap for everything going on there. But I'd like to get the token website up because that's the most important part of this. and it's the entire thing, right? It's the entire catalyst for everything that we're doing. So once that's up, then we'll put a subsection on there for because I want them all linked together for search engine optimization. As many keywords we can rank for on Google.
Okay. And you're being asked, so is that one only stakeable or all of them going to be stakeable?
So the tokens are stakeable. I'm not sure about the NFTs at this time.
Okay, okay,
It
okay.
is something that is I have like an optional list that I'm looking at, and it's not something that I'm against, but I want to make sure it lines up with what we're trying to do. Because I also want to give them the opportunity to maybe even trade them as like trading cards with other people inside of the holders. So I'm trying to look at different mechanisms. Oh my God, Jason.
I saw that and I laughed so much. Look at I always say. And yeah, it sounds like it's going to be minted. I don't think anybody's drawing that or there's no giveaway. It's
Yeah.
going to be minted.
When you mint, it's completely random. I don't even know what number it is. It was put into like this thing. I had the guy do it. I said, I don't want to know what it is. You're not allowed to buy, and that's it.
Yeah, so I like the plan behind this, man. The NFTs bring you to where kind of like the first love cryptocurrency, because I feel like everybody that's kind of getting into this lane started with cryptocurrency. You started either watching YouTube videos or you got into the lane to where you were looking for information on Reddit, Discord, Telegram, and then you kind of dug deeper, got your info, and then you know what I mean. You start in cryptocurrency, and then it's kind of like you're already scared to dive into that, and then you see these pictures that people are paying thousands of dollars for, and it's like, what are they paying thousands of dollars for a JPEG for? You know what I mean? Like, what is the meaning behind this? And then you kind of dig into those. Most people don't want to though, because they just cannot grasp the idea of what the value is about a picture. They're like, man, I can screenshot this and put it as my PFP too. Yeah, it's a little illegal though, and they own rights to that picture. So it's like people don't really know all of those things. Oh, that is another thing I wanted to ask. So as far as rights to those NFTs, are you making those available to people? So like if they wanted to start like a product or something like that, or t-shirts or anything like that, as far as the rights to the NFT that they buy?
Everything we have will be under our corporation. So it will not be you will not be able to use them to make other things. I will be able to do that in the corporation, but the corporation will generate money from those sales, which will go back into the token.
Okay. I just wanted to ask because sometimes Bored Apes, like I don't know if you saw the restaurant Bored and Hungry, but
Yes,
somebody actually made that restaurant, and it is solely based off of the Bored Ape that they bought. That is the face of the restaurant, pretty much.
that's too funny, man. Yeah. I for branding purposes, it would have to all remain the same, and I would be I'm pretty strict on that stuff. I don't allow anybody using any of my stuff. That's just how I do business. It's got to be good for everybody, not just one singular person. Because that guy made his restaurant, right? But that
Right.
benefits him. That's where so what if I make a restaurant with my NFT, but it benefits all the holders? Instead of one singular person, it benefits the community instead, which is the whole purpose of why I created this, is for the community.
Right. I get
It,
it.
it,
I feel like
it,
it's no, what were you gonna say?
I say it's all meant to make money for the community. That's it. It'll all come back to me in the long run. I'm going to be a part of the community. I will not have a dev wallet. So just I'll be buying in. I have my wallet on there. I've been restricted to one wallet. I made sure we had a third party verify that, and I'll be buying in. I'll tell you, I'm buying 3 NFTs and I'm buying 3 Ethereum on private sale. And that's it. And I'm going to have a dev wallet just like you. I'm going to be equal. I mean, I'm not going to have a dev wallet like all the other projects. I'm going to be equal to you.
Okay. And I think there's a question. It says the owners as shareholders sounds awfully like a security. Is there no risk with DOJ or SEC?
Even if it sounds like a security, if you call it a security, then it's a security. As long as we don't call it that, it's not that. This is crypto.
Most definitely. I definitely understand that. So just want to make sure that I'm not missing any other questions that people had in the chat. I know that there was a couple of them as they were being baffled by the information that I was kind of trying to absorb also. But yeah, so mint price is what's the mint price after if it does reach public?
I am debating it because this was supposed to be for the community, But then I guess the community had their opportunity already. So I might juice the mint price to like 0.2.
Point two.
I might do it. I was thinking 0.6, 0.16. And then I was like, you know what? If I do zero point 0.2, it leaves me enough Ethereum that if they start dumping, not all of them would dump, right? Some of them will hold. So if I calculate 20% dump and I have, they paid 2.2 on it, I'll have a good bag of Ethereum there to mitigate those dumps. Which is the whole purpose of this whole ecosystem I built, is to mitigate the dumping.
Okay, makes sense. Not mad at that at all. Was like I said, that's high hopes right there to see it with 500 people. You have a possibility of getting 3 per wallet. That's really 1,500 NFTs with only the volume of 1,000. So some people are going to be able to get 3, depending on how early they get in.
Correct.
Some people may only get 1 or 2, depending on how hesitant you are. But so I would say do your homework and make sure that this is the decision that you want to make, because it doesn't sound like it's going to be a long decision to make during that process. Because once that I feel like once that minting starts to begin to open, most people are going to see the opportunity in it and probably mint 3 of them just to get it out of the way and not have to worry about it.
When we did a poll, we were at about 60% of people were going to mint 3. 60%. I think it was like 15% for 2, and then whatever it was for 1. So I think it's going to be damn close to minting out. But again, we'll see. I can't give any projections. We're gonna see how it unfolds.
I'm just going off the info that I've been provided in front of me, you know what I mean, and how I feel about it and the opportunities behind it. Because the main reason for NFTs or me getting into it is definitely not the art. I look for, one, the community behind it. The community has to be there, or the project is not really going to go that far. And that's just me being honest about the situation. You can have the best utilities in the world, but if nobody supports it, then they're just going to be the best utilities in the world. You know what I mean? And nobody's going to use them.
Yep.
Because there's nobody there to use them, because there's no support system there. Nobody pushing the product, nobody telling more people about the product and how amazing it is to make people intrigued enough to even look at it. So then, of course, how they're built and the development team behind it, which, as they've seen and heard from you, you have a plan behind this. This is not something you're just throwing together as you go. You're ready, prepared, and already have a business plan behind it. So it's man, I'm telling you, this is interesting. I just love good opportunities, especially ones that take care of small investors. So this is something that I'm really intrigued in. So I'm intrigued to see if it ends up going to public sale. If it does, I'll probably have to sneak me one, man.
Yeah, man. I may offer another like pre-list for. So I may do like after we mint out on the public sale. On the private sale for the NFTs, I might do a screenshot of those people. And then whatever's left over for sale, I'll take a screenshot of whoever purchases that, and they'll both get different amounts of tokens per their Ethereum, whether it be, 1 Ethereum for 0.1% of the total supply or whatever we're going to do. And then when they go to private sale, instead of getting, 0.1% of the total supply, they'll get like 0.8% of the total supply, which is essentially, if it's 0.1% of the total supply at $100 million market cap, that's $100,000. So, yeah.
Okay. Like I said,
at $1 billion, it's $1 million. So I'm trying to calculate the data. I want to make sure we don't have people dumping too fast, because it's going to grow. It's going to grow really fast.
Yeah, and it's like I said, you did the marketing organically. So after you are able to pretty much onboard the majority of the smaller investors that you wanted to do, are there any other plans of like mass marketing, or how are you planning to go forward as far as getting the word out for the project?
I actually have an entire marketing team in my company, my own company. They'll be working on the project, and it'll be very big. It's not going to be anything like you've ever seen in crypto. Actually, nothing like you've ever seen in crypto. No one's done it. I know it for a fact. No one's ever done it. So, we're marketing in different manners. Billboards aren't things we do. We do real marketing with real engagement rate, pulling people in, really that real customer relation, events, things like that, things where we touch and feel people. Because if you go to events, right, and you get, let's say we pay $5,000 to go to an event, but I get to talk to 1,000 people, and out of those 1,000 people, 10%, invest. It's 100 people that invested in the project. And you keep on doing that over time, new events, new things, whatever it is. Some places you'll see 10,000 people in a day talk to them over
Yeah.
a weekend, right?
Yeah.
And it's just there's so many better ways to market. I'm not going to give the whole platform out for marketing, but yeah, and there's other ways too with search engine optimization, utilizing do follow linking and backlinking from high DA sites and shit. So I mean, there's other sides of like marketing that people don't even talk about, and I'll hit those as well. So we're ranking higher in Google. When you start searching things, we start popping up for other cryptocurrencies. I
Okay.
mean,
Okay.
like there's
So
easier trade strategies that I'll be capitalizing on. I'm actually going to be hiring the world leading SEO company ever. I'll be hiring them to do our SEO.
So my thing is, so is that going to start at a certain time period? So you want to, like I said, you want the smaller investors to be able to be onboarded before you start a mass marketing campaign, correct?
Correct. All small investors need to come in first. Once they're in and we've figured it out, then at that point in time, we will go through.
Yeah, and you got Stevie to buy an NFT. Let me tell you, when I say I have presented I don't know how many NFTs to like my chat, and Stevie's always there. Steve's like, man, humbug. I don't like those NFTs. Like that was one of those people right there where it's like, okay, like I don't know if I'm going to be able to convert him to somebody that sees the value in NFTs. And then here you come with a business plan that speaks directly to him, apparently. Because, dude, I'm telling you, and there's solid NFTs that I've showed this, man. He's like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. But he was yesterday, I told him I was having you on. He was like, yeah, man, that's the only NFT that I'm buying. Right there. That's the first NFT that I will buy, that I will spend some money on. All the rest of his NFTs in his wallet are one.
That is so awesome. I'm excited, man. It's an exciting time, and I think Steve thinks like me. And if he does, if it makes money, it makes sense, right? And
Yeah,
that's
of
one of the
course.
bit. If it makes money, it makes sense to me. If it doesn't make money, it doesn't make any sense. And that's why every project that come up, I ask them, "Where's your revenue?" Because if it's just solely based on FOMO, hype, and news drops, then it does nothing for me. There has to be revenue,
Yeah.
money, and it has to go back into the project, or else I'm not invested.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. If I don't see me potentially making more money with putting my money into this, what's the point of it?
Well,
Is it
that's the
just
skin in the
to
game, right? It's the skin in the game. If I
mm,
expect you to buy the dip, my business better be buying that dip too with you.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
can't
I
just,
feel like yeah.
it drives me nuts. Oh man, I'm all jacked up right now because that stuff drives me crazy. Yeah, why would you invest in something where other people, Crypto Vern, we have to talk, Bollocks. I'm down, Vern. Go ahead, man. Shoot me a DM. We'll talk.
Yes, sir. All type of connections to me, man. That's good. But like look, if it does not make money, it does not make sense. And that's the way that I am. There are great tokens out there. Well, let me say this. There are great tokens with great ideas out there. I'm not saying the ideas are bad, but I'm not going to invest into every great idea if I don't feel like it's going to be beneficial as far as bringing in enough revenue to stay in there.
And that's the other thing. And I know you probably got to go, but that's the other thing. Ideas are great. It's the people behind them that you need to have to execute, right? You can have
Yeah.
a brilliant idea, but if they have zero work ethic, then it does nothing for me.
Nope. Yeah, so I feel that, and I already know your work ethic is real. You're always either you're on a Twitter space, you're doing a YouTube, you're doing so many different things, and you're still planning this in the process of all of that. But like I said, I know you are a busy man. I don't want to keep you too long. It's just a lot of
I
information that we
appreciate it.
had
I
going there,
actually,
man. So, do you have anything that you wanted to say to the people before we cut out of here about Cloud9, the token that's
yeah,
coming? You do have the mint tomorrow, so if you want to throw out any info, go ahead, let me
yeah.
know.
The Mint's tomorrow, 11 a.m. I will be hosting a Twitter space for that. What I do say is, and I always say this, be patient, not just with me, just in crypto. It takes time. We're going to build together. We're going to grow together. We're going to have the revenue building the project. We're going to have you building the project. We're going to have a community building this project from the ground up. You are the structure. You are the foundation. You are the backbone. So thank you for attending. And that's all I have to say.
And for man, this has been amazing going over and kind of topping it over a couple of NFTs, going over your project, going over the benefits of investing into your project and NFTs, period. Also, just the fact that there can be utilities added to it and good utilities that end up making you passive income. So I definitely appreciate everybody for stopping by. This was an amazing one. If you didn't catch the whole thing, I would definitely rewind and go through this information. If you're not tapped in with Cloud9 NFT, definitely needs to be. The Telegram link is on the page. This is the actual Twitter page. You guys need to tap into this. good NFTs, good utility, and a lot of good things coming with it. Don't want to miss out on this information. So definitely follow this. And you also have to follow Cryptobolix if you're not already. Other than that, guys, I appreciate you guys for stopping by. And you guys enjoy the rest of your day and keep cuffing that dip out here. I'm out here.